The Flash, one of the fastest beings in not only the DC universe, but most universes in fiction. So imagine what kind of chaos and damage a person like this could cause if they were a zombie, spreading the virus at incredible speeds. How would the hero stop this? Well, let's get into it. So in the DC storyline, Deceased, it plays a scenario in which a techno-virus infected the Earth, causing whoever to look at it from any screen to be turned into a blood-seeking, zombie-like creature, which originated from Darkseid experimenting on Cyborg, but that's a whole nother topic. Now with the utter chaos that a virus like this spread on the Earth, mass destruction and violence spread all throughout, and even including the deaths of some of our favorite heroes, such as Batman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, etc. But let's be real here, whose favorite hero was Aquaman? After teaming up with some heroes and villains, Lex Luthor comes to a solution to save the Earth, to make arcs, to send whatever's left of humanity off into space to find a new habitable planet. And as most of the heroes here are gathered in his location, figuring out how to build it and what plan to execute, Lex, after stating that he's the smartest being on the planet after Batman's death, is finally able to crack the designs, and they start building the arcs. And as they finally start making the finishing touches on it, everyone there starts getting a buzzing sensation in their head and start recoiling in pain, as the buzzing then grew to a scream in the depths of their mind. And unfortunately, it seems Luthor is the first one to go. On what seems like an invisible death, he gets clawed in half, completely severing his abdomen, and Flash, being the fastest and first one to respond, saying, "What is this? Can anyone see what's going on?" Before it's revealed Martian Manhunter has been infected by the virus, and with his set of abilities and skills, he's an incredible threat to be reckoned with, as he was invisible but then appeared behind Flash, clawing him in the back, taking him out. And unfortunately, the fastest man alive becomes the fastest man undead, much to the shock of Green Arrow and Wallace West. And as the heroes and forces there try to stop and hold off Martian Manhunter, such as Green Lantern, Black Canary, Black Lightning, and even Firestorm, who at this moment powers up, telling everybody to move. And because at this point in time, to their knowledge, there is no cure to this virus. Once you're infected, it's over. So they have no reason to hold back now on their former Justice League member. So after powering up, Firestorm gives it his all, blasting Martian Manhunter with the combined might of his power, literally roasting and killing him once and for all. But as they manage to get that beast down, Wallace then questions Barry, wait, where did he go? And Superman, using his abilities, looks off into the distance and just says he's running. And Kid Flash's first instinct is to catch up to him and try to stop him, as he is another speedster, albeit nowhere as fast. But Superman then stops him, saying, "If your turn too, Wally, there's no way this Earth can handle two speedsters on that level." So Superman decides he's going to be the one to stop the Flash himself, saying, "I'll go." But Green Arrow questions this, saying, "Do you honestly think you can catch him?" And Superman simply answers, "No." Moving over, we see what the Flash is up to, with the comic explaining, it's hard to explain how quickly someone moving at super speed can infect the world, death spreading faster than the speed of sound, as you see Flash heading towards crowds of people, taking them out instantly without anyone realizing what happened, crossing cities, states, countries in blinks of an eye. And with Superman flying up above in space trying to catch up with him, while relaying to Cyborg asking him, "Is the Flash truly dead?" And Cyborg responding, "He is." But Superman making him promise him, as what he's about to do, he would never do under any situation if there was even a sliver of chance Flash could be saved. But Cyborg then questions him, "How are you going to catch up with him?" Superman then responds saying, "I don't have to catch up with him. I can come from the other side. I can meet him head on," which the panel then shows Superman and Flash seemingly heading towards a head-on collision, which in this situation, Superman has so many options, some even including with the abilities he has on hand. He could have quick froze Flash with his Arctic breath, or he could have blew Flash off course with his super wind, or even eviscerated him with his heat vision. But out of all of the options he picked, he chooses to literally fly through him, immediately shattering the Flash. And a look on Superman's face as he enjoyed no part of this, with the comic explaining, "That day we found out what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. They merge." As Superman apologizes to Barry from what he had to do, but looks down and sees pieces of Barry's fingers lodge within his side, which I know for the sake of the story, Superman had to have gotten infected somehow. But even in this situation, I don't really see how this could have been possible. With Flash having normal human durability and Superman, well, you know, being Superman, even at the incredible speeds they were moving, there's no way pieces of Flash should have pierced and got stuck in Superman. But I digress. But because of he being who he is, Superman's body had more time to fight the infection. But how much time? No one knew. But with the time he did have left, he crossed the world to say his final goodbyes to his friends, allies, and family, starting with Kid Flash, simply apologizing that he couldn't save Barry. that he's gone. And because they are both moving at super speeds, the infection rate is slowed. Also asking Wally to connect Lois, his son, and parents to the Speed Force so that he can say his final goodbyes at super speed without the infection taking over. And as he is done saying his final goodbyes to his loved ones, he rockets off, or at least he tried. He tried to leave to get as far away from Earth as possible. And maybe if he hadn't stopped to speak to everyone, he would have made it. But unfortunately, Clark, the Superman, was gone, and any hope the Earth had was gone with him. As we see Superman slowly turn into one of the bloodthirsty creatures, and the type of chaos that comes with a Superman level villain.